whatever you're doing, just stop doing that thing. That solves the problem right there, right?
Yeah, it does.
You ready? Or who you texting?
I'm texting you.
Texting me?
Yes, I
Just
told you I was texting you. This is to keep it in the log.
I'm right here.
Plus, your phone keeps going off every time I do this.
Oh.
Did you hear that?
Well, just let me know when you're ready to actually roll with this.
I was ready.
You're good to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay.
Yes.
I just don't want to disturb you.
Here.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Weatherboys podcast. It is good to see everybody.
I shouldn't chew gum.
How about... Oh, man, it's been a while. Look at that. We got it up.
That looks like something is spelled wrong. Here.
The Weatherboys podcast. You can keep the gum in.
Put it in that cup.
It's been a second since we've seen everybody, so we're getting our bearings straight. It is summer, after all.
Yeah, it is.
You want to explain what... I mean, it's summer after... We both have young children. I was trying to tee you up to explain what I...
Oh, I just thought you were regaling it.
It's summer. We're taking vacations. We've got children to take care of. We've been trying to pump out content as best we can. But you lovely viewer, you will forgive us if we have fallen off of our once every week.
Matt just texted me. I got to respond to him
quick. So a lot of times people ask us, they're like, are you guys really friends in real life? We are on a text thread that is nonstop. Me, Alan, and then editor Matt. And I think I spend the majority of my day just responding to text messages from these two doofuses whom I love dearly.
You know what we don't do? When he goes on vacation with the family to some far-off location with no cell service, you know what we don't do? We don't take him off the chain.
No.
We continue to talk with us two.
Yeah.
And then you come back to a lot of messages. And you know what you do, which takes a lot of dedication. You respond to them all.
I do. I try real hard.
Mostly it's hearts and exclamation points.
Yes, I do that. I like to acknowledge the work that's been going into it. Like, hey, I see you. I recognize this work that's been taking place. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll leave my phone. If it's a family vacation, I'll leave my phone off to the side. And then late at night, I'll try to respond to everything real quick.
Sure.
Before my wife goes, what are you doing on your phone?
Yeah.
Because you know these wives are always like, what are you
man.
doing on your phone?
Wouldn't know.
That's
a whole nother.
That's a whole nother. We'll get into that one day, I guess.
One day, I'm sure.
Well, won't we?
Sure.
Anyways, it has been a second since we've seen everybody. We have been working on some stuff. We've been setting up a bunch of stories. Really for when school gets back in session, but we have some summer content for you, and we're going to do our best to continue these podcast episodes.
Yeah, cascade of content.
Yeah, trying to get you at least one a week with that, because we've got lots to fill you in on, including an update on a story that we worked very hard on earlier this year.
We did a lot of work. It took a lot of hard work and dedication from us to propel this forward.
Well, hey, if the universe is full of energy, we provided quite a bit of positive energy to this young man. Right?
You sure did, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely.
The success is his, but we like to grab onto his coattails and hang on for dear life. We're talking about Zach Hammer back in December.
Do you know it's Z-A-C-H?
Yeah.
I thought it was Z-A-Q the whole time.
I went Z-A-Q because you went Z-A-Q.
That's on me. I went Z. I thought I would have bet money. A lot of money. I would have bet my satchel.
Yeah, which
that's
great.
Saying something.
Yeah.
It's not Z-A-Q.
Yeah.
Z-A-C-H.
Z-A-C-H. Zach Hammer. We taped a story with Zach in December of 2023. The story aired in February of 2024.
Yep.
He is the Spiderman looking kid who was training to maybe one day compete in the Olympics.
Yep.
That's when we met him. He was training. He was what you would call an Olympic hopeful.
Yeah. Yeah, he floats up the wall. And how did we do?
Well, I did terribly. You did quite well.
Yeah? Okay.
Although the problem with you is, if you remember the story, Alan, you can find it all on the website or around us. I don't know. There's clips over there. Somewhere. Alan went back. He tricked me, and he went back for months training.
A couple sessions.
He went back for years training.
Couple extra sessions.
Decades of training he went back for. And you got up the wall in 14 seconds.
Got up the wall real nice. And then, yeah.
If this makes zero sense to you, let's show you a clip.
Yep.
Okay, we'll show you a clip from Zach back in the day.
Yeah, this was we knew him win.
So yeah, stand by here as we get this all
6-year-old Zach
all set up. Okay. Kind of childlike to your world championship run.
Yeah, basically.
Very good. And I get to go a fifth of the way you do, but that's fine.
Okay. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready if you're ready.
Okay.
Future Olympian.
Let's go. Oh, I'm feeling great. It's gonna be easy. Okay. Okay. Ready, step. Oh. Did you make it?
No, I didn't even get off the ground.
Oh, dang, okay.
Want to try one more time? Run for Zach. That was probably like 7 seconds.
Yeah, and
Which-
right.
This is not great for him.
When we met Zach, he was like averaging what, like 5.7
In the fives.
consistently.
Yeah.
And he was trying to get down into the under
sub,
5.
Sub 5, yeah.
And okay, so here's if you know the story, forgive us because we did share it on Fox 2 News. But
Yes.
we left Zach. He was training at Planet Rock in
Madison Heights.
and then he left there and he moved to Utah
Yes.
to train more.
Yep.
As an Olympic, he was invited with the U.S. Olympic team. He tried out in Budapest,
Yeah.
and that was as of about 30 days ago.
Yes.
So he was trying out, and he needed to make it through the Olympic trials in order to be one of the few selected to go to Paris to represent the U.S. Am I saying this all right?
Yeah, I think it was China before Budapest. It was a two-parter. But either way, yeah, that's the basic, yes.
Okay. So it all culminated in Budapest, where if he was one of the top several, I don't want to say the wrong number. I think it was like 3 or 5 or 7 or something. If he was one of the tops, he would represent the U.S. as one of the athletes doing it in the Olympics in Paris.
Yep.
He won.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it. He made it.
Yep.
We met up. So we sent a camera crew to
To Planet Rock for the watch party?
Yeah. I'm trying to open it. Sorry. And his he's got like such great friends and everything like that. And so here are some of the reactions to his performance where he made it to the Olympics. Okay.
He's had a long journey, and I'm very excited that he got to where he wants to be. His mindset for climbing has always been locked in, and it's doing great. It would be cool to say that one of my old teammates is in the Olympics.
That was an amazing performance. He did exactly what he needed to do, and he put himself in a great position to make the Olympics. He'll be the second American male speed climber to make the Olympics in the inaugural speed event at the Olympics. So it's amazing for him.
So there it is. Look at him, right?
Yeah.
There he goes.
Yeah. Yeah,
And,
he did it.
He made it. He made the Olympics. And pick the story up from there.
Well, that climbing community is just so they're so supportive. They're so kind. They're so supportive. Like I did go there for 2 months in between the story.
I thought it was like a lot longer than that.
It was maybe it was 3. I don't know. It was we shot in December.
It was like
25 years.
30
I was there for 17 years. But as nobody, and they were so kind and supportive. There's so many times I would be flailing up the wall, and someone would come over and help me and guide me. One time, I have a tendency. I don't know if you know this. I get obsessive.
Yeah.
And I get real obsessive. And there was one time, one of the workers, his name escapes me. He was delightful. Nick, I think. He just walked up to me, and like I knew him a little bit. He walked right up to me. He just took the clip off my belt and he goes, "No, sit down." You need to, because I wasn't stopping, to my detriment, because I still have this climbing elbow injury.
Oh, it's on that arm now, huh?
Well, it's both arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say when the baseball story we shot, it was in this elbow.
Both elbows.
Oh, interesting.
You climb with both arms.
I guess
Most people climb with both arms.
We'll see about
You're
that.
a one-armed bandit. But it was great, and now he's there, man, and he's going to be in the Olympic Village, perhaps when you guys see this.
There's something to be said about the shine of being highlighted in a Weatherboys piece. Can we back up a little bit?
Sure, shall we?
So we meet Zach, Z-A-C-H, Zach.
Yeah, right.
We do a little story on Zach. He makes the Olympics.
Made the Olympics.
Oh, we do a shirtless.
Might even win.
Yeah.
Might even win.
We do a shirtless story with Oakland University men's basketball team. Oh, they make the tournament.
Wow.
Oh, they make a run in the tournament to the Sweet 16.
Jack Golke
right?
is maybe on an NBA team, drafted,
He's
at least
drafted?
playing in the summer league.
He's hitting some threes in the summer league.
Yeah, he is.
So we'll see what's next.
Well, we could back it up further. We could go to Gene Kelma.
Gene!
Don't forget about, don't sleep on Gene.
Oh my God,
Gene
I
was
love
one of our
Gene.
first, the roller skate figure world champion or world competitor.
Yeah, sure was.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay, so this is a long way to set up this. Zach is going to the Olympics. He is an Olympian. I know no other Olympians personally than Zach. He's one and only for me.
Mm-hmm.
And he was kind enough, Alan texted him and asked if he could make just a small little teeny amount of time for the old Weatherboys here. His old friends, the Weatherboys.
His old pals.
And he joined us for a Zoom interview where we asked him all about what it's like to go to the Olympics, what he has planned, the gear, the free gear that he's gotten so far.
Oh, yeah.
So please take a look at Zach Hammer, Olympian.
Just look at him.
Just look at the guy.
Zach, friggin' Zach Olympic Hammer.
Yeah, what's up? I mean, just qualified for the Olympics. I got back from Budapest a few weeks ago, where I qualified. Since then, it's been pretty surreal. So much, so much media stuff. Training, obviously, really hard. But yeah.
Real quick, Zach, I have your number 1 and number 2 fans here. Girls, do you want to say hello to Zach?
Hey, girls.
Your faces, girls. Your faces. I actually, it was funny the other day. I mentioned another friend named Zach of mine, and one of them goes, "Oh, you mean Zach, like the climber?" And I'm like, "You remember that? Like my 5-year-old remembered you. You left an impression, man."
That's awesome.
So
Yeah.
Zach, all right, man. When we did the story with you, you were 17-year-old Olympic hopeful. Like, what are the odds of making it? Who knows? Give it my best shot. Fast forward 6 months, you're like, what, 2 weeks away from leaving to go to Paris?
Less than, yeah. I leave in, today's date is the 15th. I leave in 9 days.
How
Yeah,
do you
9
have time
days
for
away.
us?
Huh?
How do you have time for us?
I'm pretty busy. I mean, today's a rest day, so I squeaked you guys in, but I have to do a lot of other stuff as well.
What? All right. Let's go through like the Budapest days. So like, we shot our story in December. It hit the air in February. You were still training. Like, we were following you on Instagram, and like we were seeing all these like goals that you were hitting. Like, you were getting closer to getting under 5. Then you went under 5. You go to Budapest. Like, what? Like, take us through those weeks and months.
Yeah. So in mid-March, I moved to Utah, to Salt Lake City, to focus full time on training for the Olympics and to qualify. Since moving here, it's been great. I've been training with my fellow U.S. team members. I have coaches out here. The gym is 10 minutes away versus an hour, which back home I drove an hour. So life here has been great. And then, so I moved here, trained for about a month until Shanghai, which was the first of the 2 Olympic qualifying events. I had to do well on both to qualify. In Shanghai, I did great. I got 7th, which was more like perfect, exactly what I needed to do. And there was definitely some nerves, but I had my classic smile and I enjoyed it. And then I came home, and that was when it kind of became real, right? Like, I placed 7th in this first competition. I can do this. The training was in full swing with my coach, with my coaches Albert and Matt. I worked really hard and was able to get that sub 5 in training, which was surreal. Since then, I've done 3 runs under 5, all in training, and multiple 5.0s, which is just amazing. So the goal is in Paris. I run that sub 5. But then we went to Budapest. I'm going to be honest, there was a lot of nerves there. That makes sense, as it should be. You're trying to qualify for the Olympics. But I kept my cool, did my thing, and got 7th there as well. So actually very consistent. I got 7th and 7th, which ended up placing me 5th in the ranking for both comps. And I qualified for Paris. And it was honestly a surreal experience and a crazy journey. But I'm so glad to have gone through it, and now I'm back home or not home, but back in Salt Lake training super hard again for Paris. So yeah, definitely a crazy past few months, but it's been amazing.
Now, Zach, you said, you have nerves, of course, and how couldn't you? I mean, you must. What do you like when it goes green and you go? I mean, you must black out. Like, do you know where you are in relation to your competitor or not?
So you kind of black out a little bit. When you walk up to the wall, right, you kind of almost try to clear your mind. There's a few things that I say to myself, but you kind of walk up, your mind is clear. When the beeps go off, the mind's off, right? You're not thinking. It's just go, 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 go. And if you're thinking about your competitor, you've lost. Like you don't really think about them at all. It's just doing your thing, doing the race, and then you hit the buzzer, and it all like comes back, and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm here, I did it. But it is kind of that like 5-second blackout moment, which is just it's crazy.
So you don't know if you won until after you hit it. Right, you're unaware, like you're not chasing or leading.
No, I mean you have like a minor thought, but not really. You know that you won once you hit the buzzer and your time turns green, and then you know it. It's crazy. It's not like track where you see the people cross the finish line and like point to the cameras like they knew they won already. Like you wait and the timer goes and it's all crazy.
So you leave. Okay, so you leave to go to Paris in 9 days,
Yep.
And then now. Where in the Olympics are you going to compete? On the front end, the back end, or the middle?
I'm on the 6th and 8th, so that's kind of the middle. And we're actually at the U.S. flying team. We're going to Paris for the opening ceremonies, and then we're actually going to go to Barcelona for about a week to kind of get out of the craziness and focus on ourselves and focus on training. And then we're going to kind of head back a few days before the competition to lock in and compete. And I'm kind of excited for that plan. It'll help us focus a bit more. And we get to have some fun in Barcelona.
Will that training be any different? Like what was the training? I mean, you're at Planet Rock, which is it's a premier Michigan gym, but it's a Michigan gym. What's the difference between that and Salt Lake, where you're at with presumably the country's best, versus when you're in Paris with the world's best?
By that, do you mean the facilities, or do you mean the people that I'm training with?
Just like what it's like for you. Yeah, like all of it, like your mindset.
Yeah.
Like I imagine the facilities are a little different. I imagine the intensity is higher. I mean, the people you're with, there have to be mental games.
So back home, I train with my youth team some days, and then alone other days because I trained more. But now that I'm out here, I haven't trained alone a single day since I've been here. I train with the fellow U.S. team members who all are the fastest in the U.S., so they're really good at pushing you. And so, the classic saying, if you want to be faster, run with people faster than yourself, is very true. So getting to train with these fellow climbers, Sam Watson, the world record holder, really helps push myself to be greater and greater. And I think that's a big reason why I've been able to achieve that sub-5 in training. And then besides that, I mean, I also have 2 of the best coaches in the country now that I'm working with out here, which is huge. And then also, I mean, there's 1 speed wall in all of Michigan, and in Salt Lake City we have 4.
Sure.
And so that's also a pretty big change. There's a lot more facilities and a lot more access. So it's all culminating, and it's all super helpful. So yeah, I think just all of it together makes a huge difference. And then being in Paris is going to be that's just a whole crazy different experience, right? I'll be with the world's best, training and having fun. I mean, like I've talked about to you guys in climbing, we're all super close knit, and it's a great community. So I'll definitely be having some fun with my competitors before the competition.
All right, that's what I want to ask about, because I don't know anybody that has gone to the Olympics except for you, which is super exciting. Like, do you view it? Are you trying to think of it as an athlete where you're like, stay cool, or are you like, holy crap, I'm gonna get to meet this person that I've been like, I want to meet this swimmer or this like other athlete? Like, are you excited? Are you a fan, or are you trying to be cool?
I mean, I think when I'm in the village, I'll probably be like kind of acting cool, like walking around, not like looking at people, but I'll definitely have a bit of the moments in my head, like, oh my god, that's Noah Lyles, or some of my favorite athletes from other sports. So there's definitely going to be some of that, fanboying, fangirling. But I think I'll be kind of trying to keep it cool, play it cool.
Yeah, you walk up to them and you're like, "Hey, you probably heard of me. I'm Zach Hammer. I know, I don't want to take a picture with you. I know you want to take one with me, but I don't really want to take one with you. I just want to say, hey, what's up?"
I think so. I wrote on my lines to practice. I think that's exactly what I'm going to say to LeBron James when I see him. I think that's what I'll be saying.
I honestly, I mean, you must have the best name or top 5 names for Olympic athletes, like Zach Hammer. When I first heard that, I said that's obviously a nickname.
It's pretty cool, yeah. I'll be like, I'm Zach Hammer. I'm pretty cool.
All right, when we came and shot a story with you, I remember this one small detail that I'm sure you guys don't remember, but we made a joke about the sweet Olympic Team USA gear. And I was like, hey, how can I get one of those? And you were like, dude, we can't even get, we're only allowed to have 2 shirts. Now that you're on the team, do you get a lot of sweet gear? And will you get cool gear for the opening ceremony where everybody walks around?
So yeah, apparently, I mean, I haven't had confirmation, I guess, but actually, apparently when you arrive in the village, you get 2 duffel bags full of clothes.
Hell yeah.
And so I'll definitely be getting a lot of gear. And I don't know if you've seen online, but they've posted the official opening ceremony outfits and closing ceremony outfits, which they're cool but a little goofy. So I'll get those cool outfits. There's a full white basically jumpsuit that looks like a retro racing outfit. So that'll be the opening ceremony, I think.
You're gonna look so awesome.
Yeah,
we'd be willing.
I have my competition outfits actually in my closet right now. I got them.
We'd be willing to trade you a Weatherboys Speedo for some swag if you're up for it. Don't answer now. Answer later. You don't have to
I'll think about it. I'll think about it.
Yeah. Get to us later. We'll be around. So what are obviously you're a success right now no matter what happens. It doesn't matter. But what are your hopes? I mean, as an athlete, as the best in the world, you have to want to win.
What do you think his hope is? His hope is to win the gold medal,
what is it?
Dummy.
Why don't you let him talk, Derek? Why don't you let him speak and stop mansplaining to the man?
I would say for me, so if we talked earlier, I was saying my goal is to qualify, right? I really wanted to just qualify, and I didn't have many hopes after that. But I mean, obviously at this point now, I do have goals. For me, I think the goal is to get a medal. I think it's gonna be hard, but I think I believe in myself and I can do it. I think I really want to just come home with a medal around my neck. Obviously I want it to be gold, but I think I'll be happy no matter what color it is.
I know part of the story, we talked about your family, and you've got a great family, and everybody's so supportive, and blah, 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 blah. But you're the only one in the entire family to be an Olympic athlete. No, you're the only one that qualified. You get to like Thanksgiving this year. Are you guys going to hold hands? And they're like, what's everybody thankful for? And you're going to be like, well, I'm thankful that I'm the only one in this family that made the Olympics.
Yeah, we'll hold hands, and they'll all see my tattoo on my wrist, the Olympic rings. But I mean, we've all competed, but everyone's super supportive. I mean, I literally couldn't have done it without my family. They'll all be there watching. I think it's the first comp in a while. My family's busy, but my parents have been in every competition. It's the first one in a while that the whole family will be there. Both parents, my sister, my brother, and his wife. My coach from back home, Becca, will be there. We're gonna have a whole crew out supporting. I think.
Is Becca bringing the baby?
I actually am not sure. I should ask because she does have both kids now, which makes her pretty busy. But she was actually out here in Salt Lake with the newborn. But yeah, anyway, it's gonna be awesome.
Did Becca's rate just double, by the way, now that you made the Olympics? She's like, hey, listen, I'm a pretty big deal now. Look, one of my guys made the Olympics.
Yeah, she's a big deal. She's an Olympic athlete coach, so that she doesn't have much time for much else. But no, she's awesome. She did a great job coaching the youth team in their nationals this week. We actually had multiple medals here, which was awesome for us. As a team, Planet Rock got 4th in speed in the whole country, which is awesome.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. Awesome. Hey, gentlemen, I don't know what your guys' timeline is. So I got about quick.
All right. You're breaking up anyways. I got one last question for Zach. So Alan, go ahead.
Okay.
You gotta pick up your kid. See you, buddy. Zach, I got one more question for you, just about like
For
how
sure.
people can watch, because so it's in early August, you say, right?
Mhm.
So people can watch. Is it going to be on like the main broadcast? You have to download the app. How do people from Michigan watch you?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't fully know.
It's not your job to know. You got to focus. You just got to focus on winning. We'll figure out the rest.
Okay, I'm pretty sure it's on the Olympic channel, but I don't fully know.
All right, no worries. And then when you finish, are you coming home right away, or are you going to stay out in Paris and like watch the end of the Olympics, stay for closing ceremonies?
So I will be there through closing ceremonies, which will be really cool. But I'm starting school at the University of Utah in the fall. So I fly home back to Salt Lake, and I have 4 days until school starts. So I'm a little busy, but I'll get home, start school, and then hopefully I get to come back home to Michigan fall break or winter break or something. But yeah, I'm kind of nonstop for the next while, and I have been for the past like year.
Well, if there's one thing I know about you, you live your life nonstop, you live it fast, and you climb fast too. And so here's the sub-5, man. The entire state of Michigan is rooting for you. You work on that, and then hopefully we'll be even talking again when you get back.
Thank you. Hopefully when we talk, I'll have that medal around my neck.
What a stallion of a man.
Yeah.
And he's 18.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is an 18-year-old
Plus that hair.
person, man, kid.
Yeah.
What do I both?
He's
I
an
guess.
adult. Yeah.
I mean, I hope he.
He's an Olympian.
I hope the guy comes home with a medal. How awesome would that be?
Of course, we want to continue to ride that coattail.
Yeah.
And this is, there's a climber. I don't know if this guy made the Olympics this year. He may or may not. He's from a European country that escapes me. He is 40-ish, and he's a speed climber. So I don't know that Zach is going to continue because frankly, I don't know how much money is in the niche sport of speed climbing.
Right.
But maybe he will. But point is, if he wanted to, he could continue down this path.
Yeah. Staying in, I mean, we will always, 10 times out of 10, claim him as a Michigan guy. He's a Michigander.
Yeah, he's a weather boy.
But he's a weather boy.
He's a weather boy.
But he's living after the Olympics wraps up. He's living back in Salt Lake City to continue his studies and his life and his career and his athletics. So good for you, Zach.
Yeah.
We love you, buddy. We're rooting for you.
And he has interest in environmental science as well.
Of course he does.
So he is a weather boy.
The family's from Ann Arbor.
What a guy.
Speaking of the family, I
Yeah.
forgot I did this.
What did you do?
Do you remember the mom and dad?
Of course, yes, of course.
The greatest, right? Like
Fantastic.
I got a clip. Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Stop. Here's mom and dad, because we made the joke about like nobody else in the family is an Olympian, like you're the only one at Thanksgiving dinner. Are you gonna say? And I just wanted to reintroduce the world to mom and dad real quick because super great people.
And what a cool dynamic. I mean, when you have kids, like your kids, I don't know, by the time they're what, 6, 7, 8 years old, you're uncool mom and dad. You guys have found a way to stay together. You guys, how neat is that? You guys not only spend so much time here, but you were telling me about some of your climbing experiences out on mountains.
Well, we think we're cool. That doesn't mean I think
they're cool too. I think you're very cool too. But at least they have to be around you still.
No, we've had great experience. I think climbing was started here at Planet Rock, has kept our family engaged together for now, 15 years around the world, because the kids' climbing competitions have taken us to amazing climbing places, from Australia to Brazil to throughout Europe to China, and that's been the coolest experience, to have that kind of time with your kids in an event, in a cooperative sport like climbing.
Cooperative sport.
I mean,
that's it.
That's great.
People helping people. It's
All
beautiful.
Right. All right. That's it, Zach. We got to wrap you up, buddy. For now. We're hoping we talk about you again, but
we will.
We're proud of you.
For sure.
We're proud of you.
We got your number. You can't stay away from us.
Yeah, and we're gonna ask.
Number, I guess.
We're gonna ask if we can have your medal when you win it.
Yeah.
Like, hey, can I have it?
Just for a little while, and then maybe we'll give it back, and maybe we won't.
But like, he gets a turn with it, and then a few months or years or decades later, I'll get a turn with it.
Yeah.
Hang it up. We'll take good care of it.
Real good care. Polish it.
Give it back to you later.
It'll be good.
Earlier this week, we could say that. timeline-wise. The baseball, our baseball piece aired.
For sure.
And we're not going to talk about that right now.
No.
Should we show like people have seen it. Should we show a little tiny bit of it here?
What do we? Yeah.
Just to let people know, because we have.
What if I said no? Doesn't sound like that's an option.
I mean, I don't know what we would have done.
Okay. So, yeah, let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, let's do that. Oh gosh. This really did.
A little ritualistic baseball hazing. This is not. The method to the madness comes after we set the stage. The Pro Baseball League that plays at Jimmy John's Field in Utica, the USPBL, well, the other day they said, hey, Weatherboys, want to try out for the team? What? Yeah, we do. So that's what this is. Baseball, hot dogs, and popcorn. Take me out to the frickin' ball game. It's America's pastime, and it's one rooted in failure.
Yeah, you got Hall of Fame hitters that hit, they fail 7 out of 10 times. Any other sport or profession, job, you're not having a job. You're done.
Oh, really?
I think this is going to miss us. I'm going with a dry day. Lots of sunshine. Get out and enjoy it.
Great.
That Matt really outdid himself on that one.
Matt Phillips, editor Matt Phillips. We will have a podcast about that day, that shoot, all of everything. And boy, did a lot go into getting that all lined up. And the hats and the jerseys and the cups. Do you remember the whole cup thing?
I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah. We went to a baseball tryout, and this guy didn't wear any protective garments for his
groinal
parts.
Yeah, no.
His parts.
No, I don't. I think the players didn't either.
Yeah, which I found very strange.
Nobody did, but you.
I wore one all right.
Yeah.
And actually, I had some difficulties with it.
Yeah, a crotch cap.
Yeah, this was just it was moving, it was flipping around on me.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan.
Flipped around?
It was like
there
moving.
was space for it to flip around.
It
flipped around.
I don't know what was going on. There was some design issue with.
It's a design issue.
Yes, it was like
not an anatomy issue.
No, it was like a stitching issue.
The whole entire thing flipped. There was enough space for it to move.
Look, I can't. I did not analyze the situation in depth.
It sounds like
what I know happened was that the cup was a rough go, and we will discuss that next week in the podcast where we break down everything that happened. It turned all around.
Do you want to cut this part or do you want to keep this in?
Just leave it in. It'll lead into next week's episode. So next week's podcast episode will be exclusively about the baseball
cup
story,
and the pants and the crotch,
with some bonus clips. We got some bonus clips in there because there's a lot of footage that we shot. So we'll show you some bonus clips of behind the scenes stuff that happened on that shoot. For now, we're done. Zach, we wish you the best. Good luck. Alan's got his pink highlighter and
the Weatherboys.
Fox 2 News. God, we're gonna get this right one day.